Everyone seems to want to use a Prusik knot when they're setting up a tarp, but I reckon there's a better type of friction knot. And in this video, I'm going to show you why it's better and how it works. Stick around. Tarps are obviously an important part of any camp setup. Sun, ice, rain. A tarp is your friend, and therefore knowing how to tie a friction knot is super handy. In a nutshell, a friction knot works a little bit like a Chinese finger trap. When it's loose, it can slide freely along the ridgeline, but when you put it under a bit of tension, it grips down and holds fast. Very cool and very useful. And this is the go-to friction knot, it seems, the Prusik knot. And here's how you tie one. You first need to make a loop in a bit of cordage. I just tie an overhand knot. I'm securing a tarp, not dangling from a line halfway up El Capitan, so it doesn't really need to be anything super special. Then once you have the loop, you just lay it over the ridgeline and simply loop one end through the other 3 times. Then tidy it up, and what you have is this, a Prusik knot. The part that extends out that you attach to your tarp hangs straight down. But here is the friction knot that I use. I'm not even sure what it's called or where I learned it. I did a bit of research and I think it might be called a Klemheist knot, but I might be wrong about that too. That even looks a little bit different. Either way, I'm not really into knots that much. I figure I just need to know how to tie them, not what they're called. And anyway, the principle is the same, just the layout is different. And here's what it looks like. You start by laying the loop over the ridgeline, but instead of tucking it through itself, you just wrap it around the cord away from the end that you're going to tie the tarp to. Then once you've made 3 loops, you take the end and you feed it back through the other end. And what you have is a friction knot where the attachment point angles towards the thing you want to attach, rather than straight down like a Prusik knot. It just makes perfect sense. It still slides along the ridgeline perfectly fine when you need to move it, but it locks down tight when you want to secure your tarp. It's super cool and super useful, and I hope you found this useful. I have a whole video about how I tie my ridgeline. I think I got it down pat into a really super quick and super efficient kind of way, and you can watch that by clicking this link. But thanks for stopping by, and until next time, stay safe.